Okay, so I think we're live now. So today, for everyone who's watching this on replay, we're just going to be doing a 100K subscriber kind of like live stream, just Q&A thing. It's been so long since I've done one of these before. Well, not before. I guess it's been quite a while since I've done one of these. I'm feeling a little bit like nervous, I guess, because I haven't done one of these for a little bit. But today, yeah, we're just going to do some questions. I still don't have my actual computer, so I'm borrowing a computer from my parents. I'm actually in my whole house's office. So if people walk in or if the dogs start barking at the road behind me, something like that happens, then that's why. But we'll see how many people turn up today. It's all on short notice, so we'll see how we go. I've got my little Christmas hat on as well. It's a bit of a weird one, actually. It's got the pointy hat. I had like one of the ones with the ball on it, but this one must have had a ball on it, but it's obviously ripped off. Probably one of my dogs has probably ripped it off or something like that. So I'm not too sure what we'll start talking about to begin with, but I guess maybe we'll talk about getting 100K because that's something that's obviously quite a big deal. And yeah, is it noisy? Is the audio all right? I think it should be okay. Shout out if it's actually not okay. Like if the audio is bad or something like that, just let me know so that I don't waste all your time with something that's not good. But yeah, I thought we'd talk about maybe like getting to 100K because for ages that's been a goal of mine. And I started the YouTube channel at the end of 2017. I kind of started uploading videos, and so I did videos. I did one video every week in 2018. I actually took a break at the start of 2019 because I was kind of a little bit burnt out. I don't even know. I didn't really like making the videos then. I only had a few tanks and I didn't know really what I wanted to do. But then when COVID happened and we weren't able to do much, I was forced to be at home with the fish. And I just decided, like I think a lot of other people, to make tons of videos. And yeah, so I made heaps of videos, and that kind of helped out my channel a bit. And then I decided to do the fish room, and yeah, as that all happened, my subscribers slowly went up, and I don't really do goals much anymore. Like I still kind of set myself like rough goals, but I used to be really like fastidious on it and set like really big goals and try and reach them by the end of the year. Like I'd do it at the start of the year, and then at the end of the year I'd have a look. And I feel like it's weird because I found like going through my notes on my phone goals saying like get 100K subscribers, and it doesn't mean like I'm not big on having like a physical thing, if that makes sense. It's not about getting 100K. It was just kind of like a goal, and it never really mattered that much. But for it to actually happen, it's so weird. Like it still really doesn't feel like it's actually happened a little bit. Like sometimes, I don't know. To some people, it's like not a lot of subscribers, but to me, it's amazing. It's so many subscribers. So my dog's gonna be weird. We're actually having a thunderstorm right now, and come here. And every time we have a thunderstorm, she freaks out. So sorry about that. That's why I'm probably gonna have to. You can just stay there, Lucy. Come here. Yeah, we're just having like a huge thunderstorm, and she's freaking out a little bit, but. Yeah, so then to actually hit it was really weird, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, it doesn't feel like it's been, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's actually happened is what I'm saying, but I'm really thankful for all my subscribers. Like, I love you all. And, I mean, it's cliche. Everyone says that, everyone says the same things on YouTube. Like, I wouldn't have been able to be here without my subscribers and everything like that. And it's definitely the truth. Like I would never have been able to build the fish room if it wasn't for like all you guys watching the videos, and I wouldn't be doing what I am today. Like I've stopped doing uni, and so I don't do university anymore, and I just do fish full time now. And this is like literally, yeah. Can you take her? Yeah, cool. Sorry. And it's like my full time job now, and it's the only thing I really focus on and do. And it's something where I can spend hours doing it and it never feels like I'm actually doing any work. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I thank you everyone for subscribing, and especially people who've bought fish from me and everything like that. You've really helped the channel out a lot, and I think some really big things are going to happen next year. Lucy, she keeps wanting to come in, but then she'll want to go out. This is my dog. I was going to say, yeah, I think some really big things are going to happen next year. I plan on upgrading the fish room, and I plan on, doing a bunch of other different types of videos and really pushing myself. And now there's a whole lawnmower running down the street. It's going to be a little bit of a noisy live stream. You'll just have to bear with it. But yeah, big things are probably going to happen next year. I'm going to really try and work hard on making a lot of things happen. There's some things that I want to do and achieve, and it's really exciting. Like it's just super weird. So yeah, next step, 200K. But everyone, thanks everyone for joining the stream as well. I see so many familiar faces. Malik's in the house. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. We're actually going to do a live, I think, same time tomorrow. I wanted to just do this live before we did that one because I haven't done a live for so long. So I didn't want everyone to just be like, we want just Nick, so we can get tomorrow. We're going to do me and Malik. We're going to just jump on, have a chat. I don't know what we're going to talk about. It could be really random, but I don't really care anymore. I talk about whatever I want to talk about. But I guess we'll get into some questions. We can talk about anything. We can talk about fish. We can talk about starting up YouTube. Anything I'm pretty open for. Future plans, stuff like that. I'm all ears. So thanks everyone for joining the stream. I think we'll start off with when you're going to start breeding your Dumbo bedders. So if you guys have been watching the recent videos, you'd know that I bought a pair of Dumbo bedders. So I have like a male and a female, and I've actually been trying to breed them, and I've been recording it, but for some reason, I think it's just because I'm doing one pair. They've been a little bit more tricky to actually get to spawn. I had something interesting happen where I put the pair together, like using my tub method that I normally use for that. And the female didn't lay eggs with the male, and it just didn't work. So I separated her out, but she was super plump, full of eggs. And what happened was she actually laid the eggs without the male, and there was just a bunch of eggs in her like separating tank. So that was kind of a fail, and I've had to separate them again. I'm getting her plumped up again with eggs. She'll be ready to go in a couple more days' time, and we're gonna try and breed them again. But it's super annoying. It's like every time I get the camera out to record a fish breeding, something goes wrong. Like it's the same as, it's super embarrassing because it was not embarrassing. I don't really care that much. It's part of doing the whole process. But like every time I do a breeding project, for instance, like my neon tetras, and I screw it up, I have to show everyone that I screwed it up. So it adds 100K people the extra weight of that judgment every time I screw something up. So I don't know what it is. It's something about whenever I start recording the fish, something goes wrong. But that's all part of the process. And that's exactly how fish breeding goes. It's not, walk down the street. It's a little bit of a tricky process. So just got to check this. But yeah, so I'm working on that series, and we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that they're going to breed. If they don't breed, I'll have to buy another pair, try it with the male or something like that, and see what happens, because I need to breed the bedders. I want to make the video, and I want to breed some more bedders. So, by the way, just a little shameless plug. As you can see here, these are some of my designs for my merch. I haven't really talked about that a lot, except for the last video. I've got some green tea in here. It's still really hot, so I'm not going to keep drinking it. But these actually, I'm still waiting for my mock-ups to come. But I made a few designs with one of my designers. Well, it's not my designer, just a freelancer. But I came up with the ideas, and I keep getting it up. But you can see here, it's a Friends with Benefits mug. A lot of people saying they don't get it. I don't know why. It's pretty obvious. They're friends with benefits. They laid some eggs. But I don't know. Some people haven't got it, and I've had to explain it. So maybe it's not a good design. I think it's funny. But I've got T-shirts of those, hoodies of those, and obviously got the mug. And yeah, I'm going to be wearing them in the videos and stuff like that. It's just so annoying because we live in Australia, and because it's so far away, everything takes most of the time double to get here, especially if you get it from overseas. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying, but thanks T-Bone for becoming a member. I kind of feel a little bit bad like about my members because I feel like it sounds bad, but I feel like I've been like neglecting them a little bit. And it's not like I'm trying to neglect them. I've just been focusing so much on making YouTube videos that I feel like that's got put on the back pedal a little bit. But I mean, the members, if you live in Australia, they've been really getting it good because if they buy fish from me, they all get a 20% off code. So I don't know how long I'm going to keep that up there for because I'm losing a lot of money from it. But I guess you guys have been winning on that. So I don't feel that bad about it. But I do want to do some stuff with the members in the future and see how I go. But for all those who don't know as well, I've been experimenting with a few things just in regards to the channel. So as a lot of you would know, I put up a post on my community page like 2 weeks ago, and it was about getting an editor for the channel. So obviously I'm a little bit different to other, I do ship merch, by the way, to everywhere. Like it's my dispatch people. Well, it's not my dispatch people, but the company I use that dispatches my merch just goes completely global. So the way it works is you buy the merch, they print it, and then they send it to your door. And then I get a little bit of a commission as well. So it's really a way of supporting the channel if you want to buy it. I think the designs are cool anyways, but what was I even talking about? Oh, yeah. So I put up a post to get an editor, and I had like quite a few people apply, and thanks to everyone who did like apply. I've been experimenting with a few different editors, and I think I found a really good editor at the moment. So it's costing me quite a bit of money to do it. But because I'm different to other YouTubers where like other YouTubers, what their main focus for their fish keeping channel is their setup. And setups, the majority of the work in a setup is at the start, not like throughout, where as in breeding, what I mostly do is breeding. That's a really labor intensive process. So I don't really get to spend as much time as I would like making videos. It's like a lot, I don't want to make excuses, but it does feel like a lot harder to make my type of videos because I've still got to breed the fish. Whereas like I could just set up something and record it and that would like be different. So I need to get rid of some like jobs that are on my back because I want to upload more videos because there's tons of stuff in the fish room that you guys don't see. I want to upload more videos, and part of that process was getting the editor. So now I'm spending like a lot of money on getting videos edited. And I don't even know if you guys would notice, but the last video I uploaded, I actually didn't even edit that video myself. That's what my editor, Brina, did. So she did a great job on that video, and hopefully we can keep doing that in the future. I've got a few other people that I still need to trial for editing because I want to get like 2 or 3 of them. Because what happens is sometimes if you have one editor, they don't deliver or something happens and they can just disappear for like a couple of days and then you don't get to upload your video. So I need to kind of spread that out a little bit. And it's something that I think that I needed to do at this stage of my channel's growth, because next year with the upgrading of the fish room, I'm going to need a lot of time to build it and even just record it. And I feel like having the responsibility of editing that video as well, which can take like 10 to 15 hours, depending on what type of video it is, it's just probably going to be too much work. And I don't want to be spending like a year trying to upgrade fish rooms. Kind of want to just get it like done and move into the bigger fish room. And there's some other plans I want to do in the fish room. Like I want to do a lot of breeding, obviously, but I want to have a section where I'm just breeding to sell to shops. And I want to have like an office space where I can record YouTube videos, do setups and aquascapes and stuff like that, which I haven't got to do for years since I've been in the smaller fish room. I'm not complaining again. Like I'm super grateful for the fish room I've got. It's just a really tight space, which makes things difficult to do. And I also want to kind of set up more, I don't know, different, like now that I've built a whole fish room and had tanks connected, there's lots of things I've learned about doing a fish room setup that I want to like things that I like, things that I dislike that I want to incorporate into a new setup as well. So I definitely need the time, but I've been ignoring the chat a little bit. So I'll get back to looking at this. There's a lot of people talking. So if I can't answer your question, sorry about it. Here we go. We'll just quickly. How do I? Oh. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a boomer with this. So from what I'm describing, it's a facility. So it's going to be like a separate spot away from my house where it's just a breeding facility. and it'll have my office space there where I can do my recording and everything like that. I think it'll be really good. I think it'll work out nicely. Have you thought about bringing back the Breed plus Care series back? It's been a long time since that, though. I didn't really have like a breed/care series, but I did. My majority of my videos used to be informational, and I definitely am still going to continue to make informational videos. I think that it's hard to make informational videos because I get so caught up in trying to just record a vlog for the week. So that's why I kind of haven't been recording informational videos, because I've been spending the time doing the vlogs. But now that I've got the editor, my goal is to obviously now be able to do those kinds of videos again. So I will be bringing them back. But yeah. Got a bunch of neon tetra eggs in a tank with methylene blue. Do I just do 50% water changes daily and throw in some powdered food after a few days? Yeah, that's what I would do. I would try and set it up with like a ton of leaves. So heaps of sorry, I talk really quick. So heaps of infusoria grows. You can hear that thunderstorm coming. And you want that infusoria in there so that the fry, when they hatch, they can eat it. And yeah, that should work out well. Maybe don't change too much water after they've hatched, because otherwise you're going to disrupt the pH and all that stuff in the water. So it might stress them out a little bit too much. But yeah, that's what I'd probably continue doing that. You just got to find what works for you, because sometimes if I describe something to you, it might not be the best method to do it, and it might not work well for you. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. It's just, you've got to come up with your own methods to do things. And if something goes wrong, you've got to find a way to fix it. And like I've said heaps, I've been saying this to a lot of people, most of the time when you first breed something, you're going to screw it up. 90% of the things that I've ever bred, the first batch around, I screw it up. So if that makes you feel better, you might screw this batch up, but just try and fix it in the next batch. That's just part of breeding. It's an annoying thing. It takes a long time, but once you do finally get it, it's super satisfying. Sounds like a fantastic time to do a cold water change on the Cory tanks. Yeah, with the storm, it definitely is a good time. I had 2 peppermint bristlenose spawns yesterday, but one was in, this is another thing, here you go. This is so frustrating, but one of them was in one of my newer colonies, and the male just ate the eggs. I could kind of tell he was going to do it, and I've been talking about stripping the eggs out, but I feel like that's just not a good way of breeding plecos. I think the plecos have to learn how to actually raise their eggs properly, and I'm focusing on trying to get the water parameters perfect for hatching out the pleco eggs and stuff like that, because sometimes the plecos, when they don't feel like they're in the right environment, will eat their eggs and kick them out and do stupid things to their eggs. So I've got to try and figure the best way out to not have that happen, if that makes sense. Do you have any advice? Yeah, I'll just try and do this stuff. I'm a little bit of a, like I said, I'm not very good with IT, but do you have any advice to those who want to start recording their fish breeding / keeping journey? Yes, definitely. So I guess what I see from a lot of people is it depends what you want to do. If you want to make videos about it, and again, I'm not a master at doing this stuff. I'm just saying from my personal experience, when I watch a YouTube video, it just sometimes it could be a really good video, but it wasn't packaged up correctly. So a lot of people who do have fish room vlogs and stuff like that, a lot of the time they're not presented in a way that makes that video enticing. I think, in my opinion, honestly, the best person who does it is definitely MD Fish Tanks. That guy, I don't know how he always uploads something that is so perfectly packaged, and he does a vlog every day, basically. Well, not every day. He uploads every 3 days. It's pretty insane. You want to try and, have a good looking thumbnail, something clean looking, something that someone looks at and understands. And it also has to ask a question almost, so that someone has a reason to click it, if that makes sense. I'm not talking about clickbaiting, because that's different. That's when someone clicks it and you don't deliver on what they thought they were clicking on. But if you can present it in a good way, and then like they click on it, that's probably the best thing. Like I've seen a lot of people just do lazy uploads where they just record something and then it just kind of has like a thumbnail of like a photo or something. And sometimes the thumbnail is good, it works, but sometimes it's just like, I'm like, why would I even want to click that? It just doesn't make sense. So that's probably the best thing. Record things that you find interesting too, and don't do things for views. Like don't do things to get views, because otherwise what will happen is you'll burn yourself out. You won't want to continue on with your project. It won't be fun. Like all of the projects that I do, there's a reason why I do it. It's like because I want to personally do it, or I want to master it. So I want to do the better breeding because I want to breed some more betters, and I want to do the long fin ones. And then like I want to do my neon tetras again because I've wanted to breed those for so long and I've just never had like an amazing amount of success. So do that. I think just talk about, I don't know. The other thing too is just record everything, and then you can always like not put it in your vlog later. But yeah. Thanks for liking the stream, everyone. How do I make someone a mod? I wish I knew how to do this. Trying to make Malik a mod. Maybe I can do it on my other thing. Nope. Here we go. Just bear with me, everyone. Maybe I can put it here. Here we go. Wait up. Is this how you do it? Add moderator. There we go. There we go. Thanks everyone as well for becoming members. There is a lot of stuff I was talking about like earlier that I want to do for the members. I was on the phone to Malik like a couple of days ago, and he had some great ideas that he was doing for his members. So I think he gave out like a Christmas gift to most of his members or something like that. And I'd love to be able to do something like that. That'd be so cool. But we've got a lot of new viewers here as well. I've got, just really quickly wanted to show these mugs. I've got my Friends with Benefits mug here with my tea. It's probably a little bit cooler now. That's heaps better now. But I got them available on my website. So if you guys want to check them out, it's a really good way of supporting the channel. Like I said, I think it's a lot of people don't realize, like now that I'm putting all this money into editing and stuff like that, it's like YouTube isn't as profitable as people think. So the merch is a great way for people to support the channel. And the other thing too, is a lot of people who do want to support the channel want to buy fish from me, because that's like the main thing. But I can't sell fish to like hardly anyone on my channel. Like I think 30% of my viewers are from America, and 10%, like less, like 5 or 6% are from Australia. And out of that 5 to 6%, only like 1% or 2% can actually buy fish from me. So it's like not a lot of people can buy fish from me. If I was in the States, I'd be selling a lot more fish, but because of that distance, because I live in Australia, I can't sell fish. And yeah, the only real way for people to support this channel, away from like watching the videos and stuff like that, which is exactly what I want everyone to do. I don't expect anyone to give me money, but that's the only way that you can do it if you did want to. So yeah. Best pH for rams you've found in your experience. So in my opinion, again, I'm not like, I haven't kept rams for years and years and years, but anything below neutral, so like a 6.5 to 6.8, you don't really want to keep them at 7 to 7.5. They like will be fine, but they prefer that lower pH. Rams are an interesting fish. Like I kind of think that they're really sensitive. They're really hard to do. Like if I wasn't breeding them, I'd find it very difficult to keep them for like more than 18 months. I feel like they just got a really short period of time. And the other thing too is they look really good as young juveniles and as young adults. But once they get a little bit bigger, I feel like they start to really like, they look good and then they just kind of crash a little bit. I don't know why that is. They're just a bit of a different fish. Maybe they're like more seasonal and they just breed for 1 year, 2 years, and then they die. I don't really know. Do you consider fish keeping hobby, not including breeding? Of course, I consider it a hobby. Like this has always been my hobby, and that's why I continue to do it. Like that's why I enjoy it. If I didn't find it a hobby, like I found it more work, then I'd probably reconsider what I'm doing. But for the moment in time, it's definitely my hobby, and it's something I've still got so many things I want to do with this hobby. So, yeah. You make great content and educational videos, but I find some go too long, only some of them. Yeah, I find that too. Like sometimes my videos are really long, but I don't really care that much. So like people are going to watch it however much they want to watch. And I feel like sometimes the reason they're long is so that I can explain everything that I want to. Like I don't want to just shorten it and not get all the information that I want to in that video across. So that's probably why. Like I don't want to just show something and purposely cut it down just so that the video is not as long. Because most of the time, if people want to watch the whole video, like most of the time people don't even watch the whole video anyways, but if they watch it, they'll pause it and come back to it later or but some of them do go a long time, but there's also people like that make hour-long setup videos that go for ages too. So yeah. I guess I might try and get more. It's hard with like I can't believe we've got 90 people in the chat. That's a bit weird. Like I've never had this many people really, but I want to try and get everyone a little bit more involved. So I was going to ask, what kind of videos do you want to see come up in the future? Because there's a few things that I can talk about now that I'm planning on doing. But do you like? Is there anything you guys especially want to see me make on my YouTube channel? I guess the best way to ask it, because I've got a few series. Like I've obviously just started up doing the rainbow fish breeding, and I want to do some videos on that. And I want to do some CPD breeding, so some celestial pearl danios. And I want to do a setup video for one of my leopard frog pleco colonies. I'm actually I've got 14 in my adult colony. I want to turn it into one big colony, so I'm getting rid of 4 of them. And I'm going to keep 10, and I'm going to try and set up like a breeding aquascape kind of thing for that, like a versatile setup where it's a good looking setup, but it's also used for breeding. I want to do that. What else was there planned? Oh, and the better breeding as well. I had another idea too that I wrote down the other day, and I want to start breeding gold rams. And that's a little bit risky to do because I'll have to get my brood stock probably from like an imported fish, because there's not a lot of people around me doing any breeding with that specific type of fish. So the gold ram, I want to do a video where I take that fish in, keep it in quarantine. And the biggest risk with rams is fish tuberculosis. Like they all come in with it pretty much. And what that is, it's like that skinny wasting disease. And if that gets into my fish room and into my brood stock, it's just going to completely crash everything. And you have to be really careful with it. Like it's super easy for fish to get. What I want to do is bring in like some gold rams, show you guys how I spawn them by themselves, take out the eggs, hatch them out, keep the fry and stuff separate, and then basically show you guys how to set up your own line of ram. It's not really your own line, but like your own brood stock, because you have to establish your own brood stock. So you raise up those fry and then you keep them and you breed those ones together, and you basically try and like either sell off the rams again, so the ones you originally bought, like the imported ones, or most of the time, like I probably don't want to do this, but like people will just cull them and then nuke the whole tank, and that's how you get your rams, because the babies won't have that issue, but the adults will. It's a really bad disease you don't want to get. So I think it's the only way I'm going to be able to get gold rams. I've really not wanted to do it. I've been looking for a long time, but no one breeds them. So yeah. Here, we'll have a look at what everyone's saying. Have you done ember tetras? Yeah, I was thinking we should do maybe more breeding videos on those kind of different types of tetras. So I want to do cardinal tetras at some point. We could do ember tetras. We could do glow light tetras. That could be cool. We got to do Corey videos. Do a video which just gives parameters for various species to breed, like a quick rundown for a bunch of common species, including grow-out time feeding, etc. It sounds more like a book. I think that it's a good idea. It's probably best for like a community page or something like that. I try and I try and log down when I get a spawn in my notebook what that spawn was. So at some point I'll probably just give that out and you guys can all see what certain things have been breeding for me in. Is breeding betters difficult? What are your best tips? So no, I don't find it too difficult. I think just patience. Sometimes it takes them a few runs. Like if you watch the video, you'll see the method. Sometimes you have to run through that method a few times to get them to breed. They don't breed the first time every time. So yeah. How the fish room works, e.g. air systems, light systems and stuff. That could actually be a good idea too. Maybe a lot of people could be interested in that. I made a video on my auto water change system and I think a lot of people like that. Please teach me how to buy a Lamborghini as a YouTuber. All famous YouTubers buy a Lambo, so you must have a Lamborghini because you're famous too. I don't think I'm that famous. And I definitely cannot afford a Lambo. And if I did have the money for a Lambo, I'd be spending it on a brand new fish room facility and making a huge fish room facility. That's what I'd be doing with that kind of money. I think there are too many GBRs breeding in higher pH. It's not a requirement anymore as it might be with other species. I think it's because the ones we have are so domestic, far from wild. Yeah, the rams we have now are just so like genetically munted. Like it's a bit weird, but I found that like I'm breeding at the moment the black rams, and you know from all the videos I've been showing, like, they come with like the blue blacks, the midnight or dark nights, whatever they're called, and the just normal blues. And like I found that when I first bought them, they're a little bit weak, but I've found the ones that I've been breeding pretty strong. I haven't had too many issues, and I think my customers who've bought them have found them pretty okay. It's a little bit annoying because they're still kind of like a little bit rare in my area. So because of that, the price is still really high. And that means that people expect like an amazing fish, and I want to give that, but sometimes the fish just doesn't make it. So it's just annoying going through like refunds and stuff like that. But that's how it works with the whole business that I'm in. But I just hate when I sell fish and then they don't get their like perfect. Like I just want everything to work perfectly, but sometimes it doesn't. Any other video ideas? Dean says he was getting gold rams when he bred the black rams. Have you ever received gold rams from your blacks? I haven't. So that's like the interesting thing. So obviously my line's different to Dean's. Mine might not be like the Dark Knight ram. I think there's some kind of weird mutation thing. I still get Dark Knight rams out of them, but they don't breed like Dean's do, because Dean's and all the other people in the States, from what I've seen, get gold and black. And I've just been getting blue, black, black, and blue. So I'm not too sure what that is. If I see someone else selling like the black midnight ones, like the gold ones, I try and breed them again, I think. But a lot of people probably wonder why I talk about rams so much. And the reason that I talk about them so much is that, first of all, they're beautiful and I love breeding them. But the other thing too is they're really good for my fish room. Since I've been in my fish room for like so long now, well, not so long, like about a year and a half, I've kind of got to experiment with a bunch of different species in that room and see what works the best. And I think the best thing to breed in my fish room with the grow out space that I've got is rams, because I can fit like 200 to 300 in one of the 4-foot tanks. They sell like hotcakes. Like the wholesalers buy them all the time, and they're really popular to shops and things like that too. So I've been having a lot of success breeding them. I've pretty much automated the process at this point. So I kind of feel like that's the best thing to breed at the moment. That's why I talk about them so much. They're just a really good fish for my... I talk so quick. They're just a really good fish for my fish room. But yeah, I don't get the gold rams with my ones. I do want to get that strain, but can you do a full fish room tour? Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. I've been meaning to do it for so long. There's such long videos to record, and they take a long time, but I know that they're really popular, and my voice is getting a little bit tired. And I know that a lot of people as well also enjoy watching them. So a lot of people as well don't know what I have in the fish room at the moment, because it's been so long since I did that. So yeah. Are you working on breeding a longfin super red bristlenose? They're extremely rare in Australia and sell for $100 each as a fry. At some point, but like the thing is, they cost so much right now. And what will probably happen is once someone starts breeding them, Here we go. 1 sec. I gotta quickly do something. There we go. 1 sec. Okay. And what'll happen is once I start breeding them, the price will come down, and then it wasn't really worth paying as much for them. So I'm gonna wait till the price comes down a bit, and they're a little bit more popular. Well, not more popular, a little bit more cheap, and there's a bigger population of them around. But another thing too with those long fin ones, and like I've got the lemon blue-eyed long fin ones, they're so genetically weak. Like they will just randomly die all the time, and breeding them is a little bit of a challenge. And sometimes like those really super genetically screwed up fish, like it's kind of turned into, you know how people always complain about goldfish, like the ones that they have where they have huge wens, or the bubble-eyed telescope ones. I kind of feel like we're getting to that point with all of our like plecos and other types of fish, like our rams and things, like the long fin varieties and stuff like that. It's just a little bit, I don't know. Sometimes it's just, I'd rather work on something else that's not as genetically screwed. How's the discus breeding going? So back to the topic that I was talking about before with like the grow out space in the fish room. I was breeding my pair of discus successfully. I've only got one pair at the moment. I've got lemon and clementine still. I'm kind of looking to move them on. I haven't really like found someone that I want to give them to though. And I bought them for like a ton of money. So I don't really want to sell them for like what they're not. Like they're a good breeding pair. So I don't want to like, you know, screw myself and sell them for too less or too little. But I was breeding them, and I was just having so many troubles with having enough grow out space for the fry, because you can probably only fit like 20 grown discus in a 4-foot tank, and the water changes are so intense. And I just ended up like losing fry, and losing discus fry feels different to losing different types of like angelfish. And they're like a really personable fish. And it was kind of making me a little bit depressed, like watching it not work out. So I kind of just stopped doing it. And I'm going to wait till I've got a proper facility and space to do it in. Like I even feel like their breeding tank's too small. And it's just something that's not really working in my fish room at the moment. So I'll do it later, but yeah. By the way, yeah, no, sorry, I'm against the light. It's just, I can't do a lot about it. The one light that's above me is not working. So we'll just have to put up with it. Here we'll get to some more questions. Am I going to Aquashella in Orlando or any other events in 2022? Honestly, like I'd love to do that. And I've got family over in the States that I'd love to see as well. But I just don't see it happening next year. Like I thought that it would happen next year, but it seems like all this COVID stuff like hung around for a little bit. I'm a little bit depressed about it too, because like I wanted to go and you know, like be a normal 21-year-old, but that's just how it's been. So I would, like, I was talking to Malik about this yesterday. So if you haven't subscribed to Malik, go subscribe to him. We're going to do a YouTube live tomorrow as well on my channel. But we want to, like, what I really want to do and what I've always wanted to see as a fish hobbyist is fish room tours. And I really want to go over, like, I don't know if, like, I think Malik wants to do this with me as well, but I want to go to Europe and I want to go to the States. And I basically just want to drive around, use it as like a nice little tax write-off to do a holiday, and go around and record heaps and heaps of fish rooms and make really good fish room tour videos of like 10 people's fish rooms, you know what I mean? And go like to the best breeders in Europe, like the people who do all the plecos and crazy things, and show you guys all that stuff. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to be patient. I can't really do that at the moment, but I'm definitely gonna do it at some point. Like I've got big plans to do traveling and meet people who've done different things. And the thing is too, if I go and do that traveling, I'll see people who do breeding properly, like people who have massive breeding facilities, like, you know, the Aquarium Co-op videos where they're over in Israel. And like just seeing that would give me so many like different ideas for my facilities and what I want to do with my breeding. And yeah, so at some point I will. You should always have some bread and butter fish in a fish room, so there's always something to pay for the less prolific fish, i.e. rams, bushy nose, etc. They always sell. I can't stress that enough. Like that's such a good tip. And thank you also for becoming a member, Fish Easy. But that's like such a good like piece of advice. Something that people kind of think about something that people don't really think about when they have a fish room, and if they want to breed for profit, is it depends what you're going to do for breeding for profit. Like if you're going to do one species and just make that your thing and just going to sell it to a couple of shops, then it doesn't really matter. But for me, it's if you want to be like a mini wholesale kind of person, like you sell to a few different shops, you need probably like 5 to 10 things on a list that you breed. So that could be simple things like cherry shrimp and, bristlenose and rams and angels. But if you want to sell the expensive stuff, you kind of need those like bread and butter fish, like the easy things, to draw in people to your business. So they like always buy your rams and they always buy your angels. And because the other things are on your list, they just go, oh, okay, we'll buy that as well. Because otherwise, sometimes it's not like they only want to buy 5 or 6 plecos. It's not really worth driving out there for your 5 or 6 plecos, like it's because it's only gonna be like $80. So you might want to like have the bread and butter, so it boosts it from like maybe $80 to 120 or something like that, and then it's kind of worth it. You know what I mean? That's a really good tip. Thanks everyone as well for saying thanks for the 100K. I mean, it's all, I don't know why you're saying congratulations. You guys are the ones who did it. So thank you so much. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people have been hanging out for the CPD breeding. I didn't know it was this popular. Otherwise I would have done it a little bit earlier. So I think we will do it. We'll do it after the rainbow fish, and it'll be an awesome little series, I think. But yeah. Any chance of breeding pure black angels? I actually tried that and I found them really aggressive towards each other. So it's most of the time all these like black fish have just been super aggressive. I don't know if it's something to do with like the dominant dark color, because that's what fish do is like most of the time when they get like angry, they just like put on their dark pigments. And I think that it's got something to do with that. They're really like hyper testosterone angry fish. So yeah. Maybe at some point, but like not at the moment. Can I show my dog? Oh, I can't anymore. Like she's gone away. I think my sister took her or something like that. Depending on the quality of fish, all types of fish could be expensive. Guppies, for example. Yeah, exactly. Like not every guppy costs $2, and the premium guppies can cost up to $50 per trio or something like that. So, something I think is important is definitely quality over quantity. You don't want to just be focused completely on making tons of things, because sometimes you could have done less work and you could have made the same amount of money if you just focus on making something better. Thanks everyone for joining the stream, by the way. Like we've got 110 people. I think that's the most we've ever had. I'm going a little bit red. It's like a bit weird. I've never really done anything live or like any public speaking. Again, check out the merch. This is the only thing that's arrived for me so far. I wish those t-shirts would arrive quicker. I really want to start wearing them around. Like, I really like the design, but. So you're going to breed better fish again? Seems like a lot of work, since male bedders need to be isolated. Each male, like for example, each male needs their own tank. Yes, definitely. I will be doing the series again, but this time, it is a lot of work. I'm only going to do one batch though. So I did breed so many in the past. Like I bred thousands of bedders, and it was just way too much work cleaning the cups. And it kind of ruined it. I didn't like keeping the bedders in cups, and I wanted to do something better for them. And it wasn't working too well. But this time I'm just going to do one batch, raise them all up, show you guys the colors that they form. We can do the cupping videos again. And I think it'll be super fun. They need a fish super sticker. I think I can actually make them now. I don't know how to do it. I'll do it like ages away. But what you can do is you can set up like your own stickers, and then people I think can buy them. I'm not too sure. Oh, my phone booted me onto this video when I was lying on the sofa due to a tummy ache, lol. Well, welcome. I hope your tummy feels better. Let's see if we can get some more questions. Have you considered keeping and breeding saltwater fish? I have. I'm not really drawn to saltwater at this point in time, and I think I've definitely built up. Like, I still have so much to do in freshwater that I feel like salt water will throw so many, throw a spanner in the works, because salt water, yeah, I don't know. I consider them as two separate hobbies, but not rainbow fish, clownfish have definitely caught my eye, and seahorses, but I'm not too sure whether I want to do that, and I don't have plans to do it. It's like not in a part of my brain where like I actually plan on doing it. It's just an idea at this point. Yeah, I can't believe Christmas is tomorrow. Well, not Christmas. Christmas Eve's tomorrow here in Australia, and that's like insane. Like I don't believe that. I don't know. It's this year. Has this year gone quickly? Like, drop it in the comments. Like, has this year gone quickly for you? Because in my opinion, it feels like the start of the year was ages ago, but it also feels like the end of the year went so quick. Like from October till now feels like 3 weeks, but it's been like a couple of months. And this year's just gone so quick. I was walking around the shops today doing some last minute Christmas shopping, and I couldn't believe that I was going to be like that. I was buying Christmas presents. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. Don't you think? Like, has this year gone quick for you? Drop it in the chat because I want to see what everyone's thinking about that. I don't know. What else can we talk about? It's hard. This is a hard job. I love when I have someone on the stream because I can just talk to them and then everyone can kind of like listen in. But like when you're doing this, it's like you're the star of the show. You just got to like keep coming up with things to talk about. And I feel like maybe I don't have the best personality to do it, but yeah, everyone's agreeing that it's gone so quick. Yeah, I don't know. Just like the end of the year just went and it was just gone. I mean, even, yeah, someone's saying last 2 years were a blur very fast. I agree. Like, it feels like, to me, I hate talking about COVID, but before COVID feels like literally a different life ago. Like, I don't feel like I'm the same person as I was pre-COVID, if that makes sense, because it feels like so long ago, but it's also gone so quick at the same time. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, everyone's agreeing. It's gone so quick. How practical is it to keep Australian lungfish in captivity, or to breed them? I don't think it's very practical at all. I think that's like a super extensive process, and it takes ages to do it. But people do it. Advice for someone starting up their own fish room. I will quickly just reply to this one too. Here's something, not much, towards a new fish room. Oh, thanks so much, Zaid. I really appreciate it. You guys don't have to donate at all, but it does help me a lot. And thank you so much for the donation. I really do appreciate it. And it definitely will be going towards the new fish room. Anyways, back to this question. Advice for someone starting up their own fish room. So I'm not probably the best to ask because like I have only built one fish room, but what I think is the most important thing is firstly planning. Like you have to really plan. Like people who don't plan their fish rooms are going to run into so many issues. Like you want to plan out everything. You want to plan out plumbing. You want to plan out where the fish tanks are going to go, the space between fish tanks, everything. You want it to like, because you don't want to miss something and then later on have wished you did it. So that's really important. Another thing too, I think that's the most important is getting your drainage right and making sure that your drainage isn't too small. Like I did that and my drainage was too small and I've had issues with it now and I still continue to have issues with it. So don't make that mistake. Make sure you get your drainage perfect. Thanks. Thanks so much for the donation, Ryan. Just all the fish emojis. Thank you so much. So get the drainage right. Because otherwise that's like the most important thing. If you screw that up, like it's going to be a nightmare because your auto water change system will never work. But that's another piece of advice. Set up an auto water change system. They're so easy to do. I don't know why people don't do it more often. Like a lot of people, I think this is a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why people do this. Like even if you have only 6 tanks, 8 tanks, why wouldn't you set up an auto water change system? Like we all like can agree water changes can be awesome. Like a lot of people can enjoy doing their water changes, but there's definitely days where you have to do a water change and you're just like, man, screw this. Like I don't want a water change today. It's not for me, enjoying the fish. Okay, my dog's back. She can wait for a second. For me, enjoying fish is watching the tank and breeding, not doing water changes. Like that's something separate. So I don't know why people don't set them up. Set up an auto water change system, even if you only have a few tanks. They're super easy to do. And I don't know why people don't do it. Like they just go, screw it. I'll just like, you know, it's going to be too hard to set up the auto water change system or something like that. Man, I don't know why. Like you can literally link up an auto water change system to your garden and water plants. It's not hard. But anyways, set up an auto water change system. Make sure you have good drainage for that system, because otherwise that's another thing that can happen too. If you don't do that right, you'll flood it. And depending where your fish room is, like it doesn't really matter for me if I flood my room because there's no consequence. But if it's in your house, you'll have an angry wife, an angry mum. So make sure you get that right. What else? Your lighting. Don't like. I think try and I don't know. You don't. What I'm trying to say here. Don't spend like a ton of money on lighting, because you can normally spread your lighting across quite a few tanks, but also don't skimp out on it, because at the start I didn't really know how much lighting would impact my fish room. And like a lot of tanks don't need lighting, but I had most of my grow out tanks without it. And especially for recording, like it just looked shit, like in my opinion, like sorry for the swearing, but it looked terrible. And the other thing too is it made the room really gloomy and not like a nice place to be. But now it's like really warm and bright. It's it's just a nice place to be in. So get like good lighting, but don't buy like crazy expensive ones. I literally use floodlights. What else can I give you? Paint your tanks. That's another thing. Like paint the sides of your tanks. So if you're going to do like the horizontal tanks, horizontal would it be, I guess it's horizontal. If you're going to do like the tanks next to each other with the smaller side facing you, paint them, because otherwise if you're doing breeding, they're going to like the fish are going to see each other and they like fight. Like I've had angelfish just like go and like they just look at each other through the glass and they're never bred properly. And yes, that's pretty much it. I think there's probably a mountain of things that I've got, but you didn't get here too late, anyone, by the way. Like, still we're going to hang around for a little bit. I've got plenty of time today. I'm just going to go to the fish room to Savo and feed him. Not planning on doing much YouTube work today. So yeah, but that's my advice. I hope that works. Do you have a video for setting up an auto water change system when you only have 6 tanks? So I don't have a video, but like it's the same premise. What you want is, it depends how your municipal water, so like your town's water supply, it depends on the parameters of that supply. A lot of people can just run water from their tap into their tank. So like all you need is a tap with a rainbow timer that turns on and then runs the water through a filter and then into your tank. So you just got to like go to a plumbing store and figure that out. Unfortunately, my water has chlorine in it and chloramine. And I'm also a little bit worried about like my town's water supply having stuff put in it. Like a lot of people will say, I can just run my water through a filter, and they might not even be putting chloramines in it, which are really deadly. Like you need to have a treatment, like you need to put stuff into your water to get rid of chloramine. You can't just filter it out. It's like you're literally banking your whole entire fish collection and fish room on the fact that they're not going to add chloramine to your water. And then I've had people just say to me like, like I've had fish randomly die, and like they say it's like a disease, but then I'll ask, how do you do your water changes? And they're like, it's an auto water change system. And I'm like, do you treat the water for chloramine? So like, no, but I've done it for like years. I'm like, dude, obviously like the town's just done something to the water. It's come through your water supply and into your tanks and killed the fish that way. So don't make that mistake. But I don't have a video on that, unfortunately. But if you have as well, like if you only have 6 tanks, you can use the same method as mine, just use a smaller reservoir, and you can just treat the water yourself, and that can work out well. But yeah. Is it storming at my place? It definitely is. Yeah, it's been storming all day. Well, not all day, all stream. Greetings from Canada. How you going? I can't believe, where is everyone at the moment? Like, just drop in the chat, the city or wherever you are in the world. this is a full-time job, Nick. Yeah, it is actually now a full-time job. I don't call it a job, but like it is my full-time gig. Like I keep fish 24/7. I breed fish for money. I make YouTube videos for money, and that's why next year I've got big plans to upgrade and go into a new fish room. So hopefully that all happens. I mean, if it doesn't happen next year, I'm sure there'll be a good reason why, but I do think it'll happen, and I'm going to work really hard to make it happen. But yeah, Melbourne, Philippines, Cincinnati, Ohio, Fairfield, Sydney, Oklahoma, everywhere, even Pakistan, Honduras, middle of the USA. Damn, Sweden. Got people from Sweden. I didn't even know I had Swedish viewers. Wow. Adelaide. If you're from Adelaide, I think, I don't know if you watched the cricket, Jake, but the Heat are playing the Adelaide Strikers, I think, tonight. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. For a lot of people who don't know, I'm Australian, but here in Australia, cricket is like one of the more popular sports. It's kind of like the equivalent of having baseball in America. We watch cricket, and I'm a big cricket fan. Like I've watched cricket my whole life, played when I was like at school and stuff. And it's an awesome sport, but I follow it, and I'm a little bit of a diehard fan for my team, the Brisbane Heat. But unfortunately, I'm a loser, and our team loses every week basically. So yeah, am I enjoying the Ashes? Of course, I'm enjoying the Ashes. The only thing I don't enjoy about the cricket is it takes so long to watch. So I spend a lot of time watching cricket and not doing like my work and just bludging. But this time of the year, yeah, I do a lot of bludging, but it's Christmas, and this is 100% my favorite time of the year. Like, I don't like having favorite times of the year because like I don't want to be in a period in the year where it's not my favorite and I don't like it. But there's something about this time of the year, like December and the very start of January, that's just like so special. Like, I don't know, I just love it. Cricket's boring. I only like squeaky balls. Tennis. It's more like American football, if you ask me. My dad is Aussie. Yeah, like, see, American football, though, yeah, they take a long time. So I guess that is similar, but it's an interesting game. How do you balance? This could be a good one. I love this. This guy's dropped in 2 good questions. I just can't wait to be king. These are questions that I've always wanted to kind of like answer a little bit because I want to see what I consider you guys like my like hardcore viewers, like the people who watch pretty much everything. And I've always been curious, like what you actually want to see. But how do you balance between content you want to create and what feeds the algorithm? Since your focus is YouTube at the moment, been here since the start. So like it's so hard because sometimes there's certain videos and certain fish that I want to make videos about, but I know that it's not going to be a great performing video, even though it's going to be a good video. I guess sometimes it depends. Like if I want to do it, like for instance, like the rainbow fish video, I think a lot of people would enjoy it, but like it analytically is not a good video for like my YouTube channel. Like it's not going to perform well. It's too niche down. It might get views over the long run, but at the moment, like what it just does is it tells YouTube, oh, this guy is posting like bad videos that his audience doesn't want to watch. So like that's a little bit hard, but it's something I want to do. So I just do it anyways. And I try and do it to like my best quality. But there's also videos like if you're a fish YouTuber, if you want to get views, okay, my dog's back. A lot of people have been asking. Here, come on, Lucy. I'll come in. Nothing special in here. Come on. Lucy. This is my Belgian Shepherd, Lucy. Oh, come in. Say hi to all the viewers. Lucy, hop up. She's all nervous because of the storm. Yeah, like if you are a fish YouTuber on here, and sorry about the lighting again. It's really bad actually, but if you're a fish YouTuber and you want to get views, what people make is setup videos, videos about guppies, videos about betters, clicky videos about fish dying, and there's no problem in that. Like that's what people want to watch, and that's why it gets a lot of views. sometimes though, personally, those are all beginner things, and it's hard to pretend to be a beginner, like unless I actually want to do it, if that makes sense. So like, it is a hard balance. I guess. Here we go. Does she want to get out again? She's got pretty bad anxiety, this dog. Yeah. Yeah, she just wants to make sure everything in the house is okay. That's why. Yeah, so it is like it's a hard balance trying to figure out like what you want to do. Like if you are focusing on getting views, if you're focusing on making content that you want to make. I feel like if I always made like if I wanted to, I don't know. I feel like I actually already do that. Like I feel like I already record things that I want to do. Like if I wanted to get more views, I'd be doing more I'd be doing a lot more better videos, and I'll probably be buying guppies and doing guppy setup tanks, and that's just not me. So, but good question. I love that question. So weird can't imagine having summer on Christmas. So strange. Yeah, it is a bit weird. I'm trying to get this camera to focus up a bit better. I'm like really dark at the moment. You can't even really see me. A little bit annoying. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is weird. Like my whole life I've had Christmas at summer. So I did go to the States one Christmas to visit my family, and it was snowing, and that was like weird. But I guess, a lot of people are used to it being cold, but I'm really used to Christmas now being in summer. Like on Christmas Day here in Australia, I feel like a majority of people, like if you're an Aussie, you'll probably agree. What everyone does is like a lot of people go to the beach, or a lot of people will go to like some holiday, and they'll go to like a holiday house. And then other people who don't do that will have like a massive Christmas lunch like everyone else. But a lot of the time it's like playing around in the backyard, like playing cricket in the backyard. Playing cricket in the backyard. So I just saw a weird comment. It's like, I just heard the thunder at your house. I mean, the thunder on your stream at my house. Lucy, stop, please. She keeps interrupting us. Oh my God. I know she's just going to walk out. All right, come on. I was leaving the door open. You can just walk out whenever you want. You can see she like just wants to come and check to make sure there's no one at the front door, because she thinks the storm's probably coming from the front door. But yeah, we'll have cricket. We'll play cricket at my dad's house. He lives on the river, and we go on the jet ski, and that's fun. We jump in the river. So we do all the summer activities at Christmas. It's a bit different. I'm trying to get this thing to fix up. Did it before. Whatever. The lighting's pretty bad. It's going to be 43 degrees on Christmas here in Perth. That is insane. Is there a fish that should be easy, but you just don't have success with? Neon Tetris for me. Yeah, probably. Let me think. Yeah, like Neon Tetris, I think that's like everyone has issues with that. I feel like even like sometimes betters can be pretty bad quality. I think Neon Tetris, I'd honestly just say Neon Tetris is probably the most, like the thing that I just don't have success with for some reason. Have you ever dealt with dropsy and female betters? All my females got it. All my males were fine. I have had heaps of betters get dropsy before, and most of the time it's from overfeeding. Sometimes it's a really good idea to like fast your betters. So like okay, you gonna go? All right, see you, Lucy. A lot of the time it's from overfeeding. So like if you can just fast your betters one day a week, or only feed them once every 2 days, you'll probably avoid that. But yeah, I've had it happen before. They bloat so easy. It's from too much high protein food. So like too many bloodworms, too many blackworms, and they just gorge themselves on it. So you got to be careful with it. Let me see. Answer some more questions. How about exploring the wildlife? We want to see native fish from Australia. So I've thought about doing this, and I've honestly, at the moment, it doesn't seem like something I really want to do that bad. Like, I think at some point in the future, I would like to go through like the outback. I guess like it sounds cringe saying the outback, but like go through natural rivers and tributaries with rainbow fish and different kinds of gudgeons and stuff like that. But Lucy's in the back. For the moment in time, though, I don't think that I want to do that yet. And there's certain rules, like everything's really strict here with like native animals. Here we go. I've got my other dog. Hey, Scruffy. Want to say hi to the live stream? This is my other dog, Scruffy. Me and Scruffy get along a little bit better than Lucy. Lucy and me don't have the same connection as me and Scruffy, but I still love Lucy and I love Scruffy. But here we go. Scruffy's got her little I Love Santa Paws thing on for Christmas as well. But what was I been talking about? Going to I don't know, collecting fish in Australia. I think at some point I will, but like at the moment in time, probably not. Will you breed Oscars? Probably never. I don't know. I don't see myself breeding Oscars at some point. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I was going to get a little bit loud here. I think my little brother's just arrived at the house, has he? Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think it will get a little bit loud here. That's why all the dogs are coming up to the front. Sorry for the inconsistency in the stream, obviously. I wanted to explain. I still don't have my computer, so I'm borrowing my family's computer to do this stream. And because of that, we're in the main office in the house, and everyone's going to keep coming past. So, but anyways, I don't really care that much. I'm live at the moment, so yeah. Sorry, guys. One second. There was a question I wanted to answer before. Sorry about that, everyone. Why does everyone say guppies are easy to breed but easily die within a week or two? So, yeah, like guppies are really easy to breed because they just try and breed all the time. But I think like I've answered this question like so many times. The reason they die is because most of the time they come in with diseases and people don't know how to treat the disease, and they're genetically so weak. And in my opinion, they're a pretty hard fish to find good quality because they're so popular and like they're so overproduced. I don't know if that makes sense. Like there's just, because they're in such high demand, the quality kind of goes down because people just manufacture them so much and they just get thrown around and they're not really taken care of. Have you ever counted the dorsal rays on your peppermints to find out if they're true L1A3 or a mix of some other L numbers? I've never done that. What's the amount of dorsal rays they're meant to have? Because then I can do it. But I think they're just like I think they're the true L183. They don't look like they're not. But yeah. I think we'll probably wrap up the stream in maybe like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, because I've got to go and feed the fish myself. And it's probably going to get really busy here at the house. Oh my gosh, Lucy's back. I'm just going to ignore her. She can stay there. She can go look at there. She can go outside, I reckon, by herself. There's another one I wanted to answer. By the way, guys, like ask away. Like I want to answer some questions here. So, hi, are you planning to ship to Canada for black rams? No, I can't. Unfortunately, there's probably no plans within like ages, like so long for the next like 5 years probably of being able to ship overseas. I just don't see it happening. It's probably going to be too difficult. But I would love to be able to ship fish overseas at some point. I don't think I'll be able to ship fish overseas. Like, I think I'd have to like move overseas to somewhere with more demand and then do it. But I don't think I'm going to do that. So, Anything you're wanting to breed for 2022 projects? Yes. So I think next year I'm meant to have my Zebs start breeding. So if the Zebra Plecos start breeding, that'd be awesome. And what else? I mean, the main thing for the 2022, I think, is going to be upgrading the fish rooms. So I think that's probably what a lot of the video is going to be about, like building a fish room, doing stuff like that. I'll try and keep a lot of the breeding videos, but yeah. That sucks because you and Justin's Black Rams are the best I've ever seen close to Dean's. Yeah, I feel like ours are really good. But yeah, I mean, there's like heaps of other people breeding them now too, but I feel like we've done a good job getting really good quality ones. Yeah. What's been your favorite fish to breed so far? My favorite fish to breed so far has probably been rams. Like honestly, like that was the most satisfying to get them to breed properly because I was for a long time, me and Justin were breeding them together, and then we just stopped breeding them together and we just focused on other projects. But since then, I was trying to the only way I was breeding them was leaving them in with the parents, and something that was annoying about leaving them in with the parents is that most of the time the parents would just eat the eggs or eat the babies, and it wouldn't work out, and it wasn't really reliable. And I knew that if I could get my rams to, if I could hatch out my rams and raise them myself, I would get more production and better production. By the way, T-Bone's Fishies, thank you so much for the $5 sticker. Again, all going towards the new fish room, 100% promise. I'm not just lining my pockets, so don't worry about that. But yeah, when I figured out how to do the rams properly, with the auto feeding system, because I was struggling for so long raising the rams myself, because at that small size, they really need to eat all the time, and they can't eat baby brine shrimp, and it makes it really hard to raise them up. They're really fragile. So I had to come up with a way to raise them, and setting up. Oh, one sec. I think someone's here. One sec. Yeah, Dan's here. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, and setting up the ram feeding machine or the auto feeder, it was just so satisfying seeing it work, and yeah. So. Bit of commotion. It's all good. We'll just let my dog bark. I knew this would happen. Sorry, guys. We just have to wait. You guys can just chat while this happens. It's been so long since I've done a live stream. Yeah, I know. It's been months. When was the last one? I'll check. No, dude, Scruffy's stuck behind the door. She can't get out. Okay, I think the barking will stop now. Yeah, definitely a good lively home. I know. I've got a lot of people living in my house. So I've got, I think, 5 brothers and sisters living with me, and I've got 7 in total because I've got a weird mixed family. So that's why there's so many people running around all the time. Commotion just adds excitement. I'm sorry about it. Man, I think that, does anyone watch 5-minute videos, 45-minute videos? I bet not. I disagree. I reckon heaps of people watch the 45-minute long videos. I don't make many of them, but some of MD Fish Tanks posts massive videos, and they get hundreds of thousands of views. So I'm pretty sure that lots of people watch them. But just watch them in stages. If the video is too long, just pause it, or if it's boring, don't watch it. But here we go. There's gonna be some more commotion. Just one sec. It's all good. Don't worry. Head in. Right here. Talk to 100 people, Dan. Sorry. All right. Yeah, for everyone who doesn't know, this happened on my last stream. I've got a little brother who's got he's got autism. He's got like an intellectual disability, and while we're on the live stream, he just got dropped off. That's why there was a bit of commotion. But what happened was, in the live stream, I just heard my door open because I was in my bedroom, and then Dan just came upstairs and he came in the live stream for a little bit. But yeah. Anyways, so I got that was just my little brother there. Back to the video length. Yeah, I mean, I think people watch 45-minute long videos. It depends. Like, if you watch a video and it's not interesting and it's not good, just click away. Like, but if a video is good and it's an hour long, I don't see why people wouldn't watch it. Who cares? Just don't watch it. Like, if it's too long. But 45-minute videos are good to watch or listen in the background while doing water changes. Yeah, exactly. Like, my videos are so quick and I feel like I talk so quick, but it's, in my opinion, it probably isn't something easy to watch for 45 minutes, while doing a water change. My videos are too chopped and it wouldn't be good watching it, having, what's it called? Having that on in the background. What's your favorite Caradina shrimp? Probably the crystal reds, or I really like the blue bolts. They're really good. Am I a BMW guy? I probably am not. A lot of people have been wondering because I've had my car obviously in videos and stuff like that. The reason I have that car is because it's my mum's old car and I drive it. So that's why I've got that car. I'm personally not a big car person, and I've never really had any car that I've especially ever wanted. I don't have a dream car. In my opinion, if I was going to get any car, it'd probably be a Tesla. But I'm happy driving anything. I'd drive literally the worst car ever. It doesn't bother me at all. All I need something to get me to the fish room. And if it gets me to the fish room and I can drop off fish, then I'm happy. Will you decorate your your fish room into the Christmas decors? No. I feel next fish room, I want to have a studio just for aquascaping, stuff like that. And I want to do a Christmas tree in there. So I want to do a live stream next year, hopefully in that fish room if I'm there. And I want to decorate the whole Christmas tree on a live. That'd be pretty cool. Nick, do you know Catfish Terry? His wife passed away yesterday or the day before. No, I don't, but that's obviously terrible. And yeah, I'm really sorry for him. And I hope he's okay. Yeah, I want to try and fix this up. But yeah, that's awful. I hope that he's okay. And that's, yes. I don't know him, but that's awful. Ayo, glad to finally catch a stream. Unfortunately, got to leave for class soon. You going to class on almost Christmas Eve? Damn. Committed to your studies. You're a nice guy and have a cool YouTube channel. I think you will get 1 million subs in 2022. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All the feedback is awesome. Even the negative stuff, I still appreciate it. But I mean, hopefully we get 1 million subs at some point. That's obviously maybe the next goal. I think that we can probably do it at some point. I don't know if next year, it could take a few years, but if we can hit 1 million subs, man, that'd be crazy. I feel I'd still feel the same. I feel nothing. I don't feel special at all, by the way. What I do is basically just make videos, and everything else is kind of secondary. It doesn't really feel like I'm doing anything that crazy sometimes. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm that special, but it's really cool still seeing everyone watch the videos and stuff like that. Love your videos. Just got my first fishes ever. L134 is your first fish. Wow. That's pretty cool. And you've helped a lot. Good luck with them. I hope you breed them. Any specific goals for the channel? Number of subscribers? Question mark. Specific goals with the channel, not really. Like, I want to hit 1 million subscribers at some point. That's like, I guess, the next goal. And I think that is like ambitious, but maybe at some point I'll be able to do it. Like, I know, I mean, the King of DIY did it, and because I know it's like a really, I keep saying, fish keeping's such a niche down topic that it's hard to imagine 1 million people being into it, but there's definitely so many people that are into it, and there are 1 million people out there that could subscribe to the channel. But it is a goal of mine. It's ambitious, and like, I'd love to have that happen. But if, like, I guess what's King of DIY has got 1 million. I mean, Aquarium Cult is probably going to hit 1 million. Like, that'd be so cool if I hit that one day. And I'm going to keep trying to make videos to get to that stage. But we'll see. I mean, 100K has been like crazy, and that's like, I don't know, it's just so crazy. Thanks so much, Lazarus, for the feedback, man. I really appreciate it. Are you into any monster fish like Predatory Fins channel? Not really. Like, I still would watch their stuff sometimes, but not really. I'm more of a nano fish guy. Good to see you got rid of the mo. Yeah, I haven't had the mo for a little bit now. I kind of just grew it out for a bit of fun and got rid of it. I don't know. Like, I got so used to having a mo that, like, now that I don't have it, it looks a bit weird. But yeah. Do you have any tanks that are for fun that are aquascaped, or are you only breeding at the moment? Yeah, so I've only really got tanks for breeding. Like, that's like something that I used to do a lot of. Like, I used to really like doing aquascapes. Oh, I've got this still up here. I don't see. I'm such a burn, guys. I want to do more aquascapes, and I haven't done aquascapes for so long. So that's like something I want to do in the future. But at the moment, I've just been focusing on breeding, and I think it's a little bit hard to have really like pretty setups in the current fish room because it's not really set up for that. All the tanks are still, the wrong way around. Like, you want your tanks to be, you want to look from the main side. I'm not really talking English today. You want to have the main viewing panel of your tank the largest, and at the moment they're all set up to be the smallest, which is annoying. Gate this one for some reason. I can't keep looking out your window with the sun out. It's 1 a.m. and it's freezing. I don't know how weird is that. Someone's in bed probably like curled up with a blanket in winter, and over here it's literally so hot, like 32 degrees today, something like that. Any good stores in Brisbane that sell a decent variety of tanks? I'm not too sure like what stores sell different tanks. I'm completely out of date with that stuff. I go to a few different shops though in Brisbane, but I probably won't talk about that because I don't want to like, because I sell to all these shops, so I don't want them to be like, oh, you didn't mention us, or we heard you mentioned us, or something like that, because like then it just gets messy. But I love all the shops that are in Brisbane pretty much. Any tips to ship fish successfully? Yeah, you got to just get the temperature right, and you have to make sure that the fish have enough oxygenation. But I feel like I'll save that for later because it's a little bit boring to talk about. Well, I do it so much, so yeah. Are you going to do a silver play button unboxing? Do it live? Probably will. Apparently they've sent it to me, so when I get it, I'll save it. We can open it up live and have a look at it. A lot of people do that. I want to make like a whole video for it, but yeah, it is pretty special getting that. If we get the 1 million one, that'd be so cool. Like, is it called the gold play button? That'd be amazing. I reckon we'll wrap the stream up in like 5 minutes. So if you guys have any specific questions, fire away. My voice is getting pretty tired, so again, quick shout out again to the merch. I don't know. Does this design make sense, guys? Like the Friends with Benefits one? I really liked it. It's got the friends, obviously the 2 rams with the eggs, so like they're friends, and like it's an accident. Obviously, they accidentally had eggs, but I don't know. It's a lot of people didn't get it, so. But Yeah. Hey Nick, how can you breed Zebradanios? I've got a whole video series, so if you want to know how, just go watch that. It talks about everything there. Just received my Bosmanis and love them. Keen to get a skill of 10 Paracops from you. But what's the smallest size they could fit? Smallest size tank they could go in? Or would they possibly crossbreed with my Bosmani? I think that they actually could crossbreed. I probably wouldn't keep them together. But you could put them in like a 20-gallon tank, like a school of 10. Yeah, that should work. I reckon a school of 10 and a 20-gallon tank would be okay. So, yeah. How are the longfin lemon blue eyes and super red bristlenose you have? When do you expect them to start breeding? They're going okay. They're actually growing a little bit slower than I thought, but they'll probably start breeding in maybe like 4 months. So we'll see. For someone who is just getting into fish breeding, what would you say are the most important things to look out for? Temp, water parameters. Yeah, all of that is really important. You want it's such a broad question. I think the most important thing with breeding is patience, but getting the water parameters right and like temperature can be an important factor. I think just trying to here we go. I'm live right now. So
you're live.
Yeah. Can you
Piece of stupid hat.
Yeah. Exactly. Go away. But yeah, what was I gonna say? We're talking about for breeding. You just want to try and mimic the fish's natural environment and get them to breed that way. That's probably the easiest way. But yeah, that's my advice. I think it's going to start getting really busy in the house. Everyone's starting to arrive from work and stuff like that. So I'll probably have to wrap this up soon. I think we'll do one more question. And yeah. That guy is so loud and oblivious. You just perfectly described the guy that we were just talking about. He's very loud and oblivious. Was that Popper KFS? That was not Popper KFS. That was Step Popper KFS. But that is the perfect description of him. Good job. Anyways, fun fact. Fish people, did you know that Corys blink? Oh, yeah, they do. They do like the weird thing. Yeah. What size tank did you first start out with? That's probably going to be the last question. So the first tank that I started out with was 40 liter. It was like a Blue Planet 40 liter all-in-one tank. So I had like the internal filter and stuff like that. And yeah, it was that's like a 10-gallon tank. But as you guys can probably tell, I'm getting really tired. Like this takes a lot out of me. But thank you so much for joining the chat, guys. Thank you so much for 100K. I really do appreciate everyone who came on the live stream. And everyone who's put a comment in, people who've become members, people who've joined or people who made donations. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are my favorite people. And yeah, I really appreciate it. It's crazy. We're at 100K. So hopefully the next time we celebrate, we're at 200K and hopefully one day we're at 1 million. That'd be crazy. I can't even imagine that. That's such a big number, but thank you so much for watching this video, or not even this video, this live stream. And yeah, I guess we'll do one another time. So, we're going to do one tomorrow. So everyone write it down. Tomorrow morning, me and Malik are going live and we're just going to chat around, answer some of your questions. Me and Malik are really good fish friends. So yeah, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.